try and commit a little bit more? Yes. Then if you wouldn't mind maybe going back there. Sorry. I don't want anyone to have to like stay in the hallway. Okay, so he likes my dorm room. So this is actually not my room at all. This is just the model room. But that's why everyone can be comfortable and sit wherever they'd like. You look super comfortable back there. Okay, so some basic things that I definitely want to point out while we are in here is the standard stuff that comes with every single dorm room. So once you get here, you will have 2 beds, 2 closets, 2 storage cabinets up here, 2 desks, 2 dressers, 2 chairs, your Ethernet / cable / phone hookup, and a sink. So most important I saved for last is the sink. And you guys are like, that's weird. But honestly, most other schools that I went to when I visited my freshman year with just my friends being there didn't have a sink. And if you wake up in the morning and your hair is like out to here, which is normally what I look like when I wake up, I might not want to walk all the way down the hallway in front of who knows who when I look like a crazy person. So it's nice to have a sink in here where you can wash your face, brush your teeth anytime you want, do dishes, get water. I know for boys a lot of the time it was a pain, they would say, if they had to walk all the way down the hallway and bring all their shaving stuff to go to bathrooms that might not even have a sink as close as this. So it is nice for lots of reasons that Virginia Tech does have sinks, whereas other schools do not. Some other thing, I remember when I was in your guys' shoes and came here my sophomore year of high school, they fit like 60 people in here, which was crazy. So we felt like sardines that were packed in here, and the room seemed so small. And honestly, I mean, it is definitely smaller than my room in high school, and it's something that I guess you kind of just get used to. I also never had share a room before, so that was a big adjustment for me too. But honestly, I've seen a lot of dorm rooms that are even smaller than this. I've also seen some that are bigger than this. But whereas Virginia Tech is nice, is literally you can decorate it however the heck you want, and they will not dock you or be mad at you for it. So literally, whereas we have the white walls, which are pretty standard to every single room, me and my roommate had so many posters and pictures everywhere, you could not see a speck of white anywhere. And whereas you're not living with your parents anymore, you can put up whatever posters you want. You can get whatever color obnoxious bedspreads that you want that maybe you weren't allowed to get at your parents' house. So it is nice that you have the freedom to decorate your room however you want. One other thing that I kind of want to talk about, a couple more things actually, is this bed here that seems a lot higher, that's kind of like on stilts. That's called a loft. So that is your option that you can get or you can't get, whatever you choose. So when you first come here, your beds will be set up in bunk bed, summer camp, little kid style. No way would I want to sleep in a bunk bed. So I was like, I know I'm not doing this. So their other options are to keep it bunk bed style, to pull both beds off, so you have just both beds on the floor, which takes up a lot of space in my opinion, but you can do it. To buy just one loft, so one set like this. And this can actually be brought up all the way to here, so if you girls can probably see how there are like little slits right here. That's for your bed to fit, so it can be even higher if you want, or lower if you want to. And you can buy just one, have it set up with one bed under here if you're not worried about your roommate like stepping on your face. I would probably be worried about that. Or you can pull the other bed over here. Or you can do what I would recommend, which is what I did my freshman year, and we both bought our own loft. So I had my bed in this exact position here, with my bed up very, very high so I could like walk under it without banging my head, and I had my dresser and my desk under here as well. My roommate did the same thing on her side of the room where she had her bed underneath her desk and her dresser. So if you think about it, like right now we're sitting on this, and that takes up this much space, you know, in the room. Whereas the desk that's already there, we could easily just plop this bed up right on top of it, and that alleviates all this space right here. So you would have that much more floor space, where we were able to put like chairs and little like big lounge bubble chairs on the floor, which was nice. So you can definitely have lots of choices of however you want to decorate it. We would get bored and probably reorganize it once a month, but that was the easiest thing that we did. But like I said, you have the freedom to do whatever you would like. Something else, so with the Ethernet cord hookup over there, the dorms are not wireless. And I know that's something that I was kind of a little maybe upset about freshman year, but honestly, in some ways it was even better, because I know some people that brought wireless routers with them, which are technically not allowed to do, but I guess they did anyways, and their wireless was actually slower than ours was with the Ethernet cord. So it's a big cord about 8 feet long that we would literally just string around the outside, the bottom of the walls, and just plug into our computers. And it was nice because, I mean, if you think about it, like, it's not like you're going to be like, woohoo, and like dancing with your laptop around your room. Most of the time, it's pretty stationary anyways, like right on your desk or right in your bed, wherever you would like. So you literally just plug one end of the cord in there and you're good to go with fast, normal internet. That's one other thing. Cable. You have more channels here than you guys might have at home. Actually, probably not most of you, but I know my mom doesn't particularly love TV, so we didn't have that many choices at my house. Here there's about 65 different channels on cable, so you have ESPN, ESPN2, ESPNU for only college sports games. He's nodding his head. TNT, Discovery, History, E, you know, all the basic channels. I'm sure if you throw it out to me, I would say yes, that we have it. Comedy Central, different things like that. And that's basically the only things that your room comes with. You do have to bring a TV, by the way. And like I said, you can literally decorate it however else you want besides that. One other thing is once you decide that you're coming here, so they'll say, all right, Laura, you decided you want to go to Virginia Tech. Question number 1, would you like to live in a traditional or suite-styled room? Or dorm, excuse me. So do you guys know the difference between that? Did he explain that at all? Yes? Anyone not know, and I can explain it again quickly?
So a suite, how much bigger is a suite compared to this one?
The dorm room isn't much bigger. Normally the closets are just a little bigger. So the actual dorm room isn't much bigger. My personal opinion on traditional versus suite is I know for suite style, you have to clean your own bathroom, if he didn't tell you that. Whereas traditional, someone will come in every single day and like power wash your bathroom and the showers. So if you have 6 boys living in a suite style dorm room, bathroom gets pretty disgusting. So it just depends on what you would like, basically. I like traditional hall style better because I could walk up and down the hallways and kind of be like, hey, to like every dorm room that was open, and I got to know like 10 different rooms, 20 different people right there just from being on my floor. Whereas suite style, it's nice because you might get to know those 5 people a little better. 6 people to the suite, so 5 other people, because those are kind of like your other roommates too, since you're sharing the bathroom and the common area living room. But it isolates you from knowing everyone else on your hall. That's just my personal opinion. But I mean, there are definitely pros and cons to each. I know lots of people that love their suite and lots of people that love their hall style, and that is my stomach, and that's awkward if you can hear that, so sorry. Okay, so any other basic questions? I know there are some, so you can just throw them at me. None at all? Oh, like I was saying before, and then we'll get to your question. They will say, so you're coming here, would you like traditional hall style, number 1. Number 2, do you know who your roommate is? If you put down their name and they put down your name, 100% you will be able to live together, which is nice. Never room with your friend from high school. Don't do it. I've honestly never seen it work out. Don't do it. They'll also say, would you like a single or co-ed style dorm room? So what that means is, moms, you don't have to worry about your teenage daughter living with a boy or next door to a boy. Either way, it will just mean that you will have a girl floor, boy floor, girl floor, boy floor, or they'll split it up like halfway through the floor. So you'll have this style, or excuse me, this section is all the girls with their own bathroom all the way on this end. This section on the other side of the door is all the boys with their own RA and their own bathroom on this end. I really liked living in a co-ed dorm because it would probably be annoying if I was around that many girls, so it was nice to kind of mix things up every once in a while. And when I would come back from like Thanksgiving break or Christmas break and I have so many bags with me, I could be like, hey, John, you want to help me carry in my luggage? So it was nice for things like that too. But any other questions? Do you have a question in the back, sir?
The telephone.
Yes.
Long distance calls, how does that work?
Good question. How the telephone works is, like I said, you will have your phone hookup right there, the same as your cable and Ethernet box. You have to pay money if you make outgoing calls other than local calls, just to right here in Blacksburg, but any incoming calls are free. So I know to save money on my cell phone bill, I would give my parents that number, and they could call anytime, and then I could just talk to them, and it would be free. So, I mean, some kids, they get excited about that, and they're like, awesome, I can talk to my parents or whoever whenever I want. And other kids are like, no way am I giving my parents that number. They will stalk me all the time. So it's whatever you guys want to do. Any other questions?
You said something about buying up the lofts or something? What was that about?
Yes. So when you also select that you want to be here, they will ask you, would you like to buy a loft? So that is how this is right here, how I was saying how normally they're just bunk beds, so you can rise your beds like this, so you can have your desk and dresser under it like I chose to do. So they'll ask you if you want to have that option. They'll also ask you if you want carpet. So if you choose to, you will be able to have a carpet, because they will say what dorm you're going to live in, and they'll fit it the exact space to your dorm room. So obviously this isn't that carpet. So it's nice because it kind of grosses me out to feel the tile on my bare feet.
Yeah, that's true.
And you won't have any awkward like splits where it won't match. So that's nice. Mattresses do come with. They're not very good at all. What I would recommend is you buy, they look like an egg crate, like a huge egg crate, or like mattress pad. Mattress pads are sometimes expensive. You can buy an egg crate for literally like $10, just a foamy thing from Walmart. And honestly, I loved my bed more with that than I do my bed at home. Yeah.
How much is the loft?
The loft, I think, was about $60, so you keep that for the year and you have to return it at the end. The carpet you don't have to return. It's pretty much yours to keep because it will probably be kind of gross by the end of the year. But I don't remember how much that was, but less than 60.
You said the end of the year? So
Yeah.
you have to do it for freshman, sophomore, junior. So you have to keep repaying $60?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
can you just go ahead and pay the whole, whole amount?
I don't think so. And most people definitely do move off campus after their freshman year. It's about 70% live in an apartment or a townhouse after that. But you can live in the dorms all 4 years if you want to too. But yeah, you'll have to get a new one every year.
Oh, so do they let's say you're late on your bill, do they come take it, then you pay for it, they bring it back,
You pay
like
for
that?
it in the beginning, so you pay for it and then they'll put it in your room and then they just trust you to give it back or else it's like they'll
Oh, okay,
card on
okay.
top, they'll charge you. So no way of
Okay.
getting around it. So we'll kind of circle out, but if you want to stay in here, you have any more questions, anyone else, stay with me.